Welcome to my second day of attempting to make Let's Plays. First day didn't go too well. I quietened down a bit too much at the end of the Shadows of Mordor and was mumbling a bit. Hopefully I'll try and do a bit better this time. For today I'm going to start a Let's Play of Dragon Age Inquisition. Role-playing game, fairly new. I was a big fan of the previous Dragon Ages. And yeah. I have started this before, but I got really stuck down. I did a human male mage, and he just felt a bit too wet. Really, he was too nice and tried to help everyone. And with the ridiculous amount of side quests in this game, that can really bog you down and slow down that kind of character. I thought I'd go for someone who's going to be a bit more dynamic, a bit less normal, a bit less helpful. So I think I'm going to go with a dwarf. Mainly because they don't like mages. Well, it's not that they don't like mages, but because no dwarves are ever mages, they don't really have any real reason to like mages. It's going to be a dwarf. And do I want to be dual-wield or an archer? Warrior two-handed. Shield. I think the warrior class might be a bit boring. I've never really been a rogue class. I do like the idea of dual wielding. So yeah, let's go with a dual wield rogue. Yeah, don't want to be a warrior. Let's go with a dual wield rogue. I've never played this kind of class really much before. In my previous ones, in the first Dragon Age, I was a dual wield warrior, male dwarf, and then in Dragon Age 2, I was a two-handed swordsman. So I normally go for the kind of standard warriors, but let's try to make it a bit different. Let's go with rogue, dual wield. Probably stick with normal for now. Carter dwarf. Yeah, sure. Dwarves of Thedas are known for their once vast underground empire and guilds of merchants and warriors held in high esteem by the other races in Thedas. Not you, a cast-off surfacer, unwelcome among the dwarves or most humans. You have scraped by as part of a criminal fraternity known as the Carter, smuggling magical ore known as lyrium, as part of the ruthless Kadash crime family. You spent your life on the streets of various free marches city-states until you were sent to the Chantry Conclave as a spy, and everything changed. Yeah, sounds like a nice no-nonsense character, but underhand, and where the ends can justify the means. Let's see what happens. Yes. Import successful, cool. So that just imports my previous Dragon Age choices. So the choices I made in Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2 I'm now importing into the world. Which, if you haven't played the first, you can still make your own choices. You can go online to the Dragon Age Keep, and you get to choose through hundreds of different choices of how the story was progressing before this game. Hopefully the load screens aren't going to be too bad. When I was playing this before, they did seem to get quite long, especially when I was going to the hinterlands, which is just a ridiculously giant area near the start of the game. So fade rifts are caused by weaknesses in the Veiled. Disrupting a rift with your mark will cause damage to nearby demons. When all demons are dead, close the rift with a mark. I think we're about to find out a lot more about the mark and rifts in just a second. If it loads. Which it possibly might do. Green smoke. Okay, character customization. This kind of smoke and ruin. Well, not really so much ruin, but smoke and embers that you saw around were part of the explosion that you saw right at the start, just after I clicked new game. So let's have a quick look at the presets. We've got head 1, head 2, head 3. The grumpy person. It's like the lack of hair. I can't remember if I get to choose hair. Hair on. Oh, there's more heads. Ooh. 4. That looks a bit elfy. You also look elfy. Add hair to you. Can I see what you're like with hair? Oh, tattoos. You already got scars and tattoos there. General. Hair. And yes, I am aware I am playing as a woman. Personally, I find it doesn't really make much of a difference. Although some stories, I think it works out a bit better to use one or other. For example, Mass Effect 2 and 3, I think it's far superior if you play as Femme Shep. I mean, originally I did it as a male shepherd soldier with a Liara romance all the way through. Oh, what the heck, I can't change that colour. But then when I came to redo it to play the DLC for Mass Effect 2 and 3, it just seemed to be so much of a more compelling storyline with a Femme Shep, an adept Femme Shep. So that's why I'm going for a female dwarf. And my original character in this, like I said, was a male human mage. Dark, slight red hair. Yeah. Angry. That voice.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
Everything you've heard? Completely true.
I was almost like Liana for some reason.
I just hope I can help.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Oh, why? It just reminds me strongly of
I just hope I can help.
Yeah, you're a bit gruff. So screw this one.
You leave me no choice!
Yeah, let's go with this one then. Hair colour, eye colour. Yeah, I won't play around too much with that.
I just hope I can help.
And I'm sure you can help. Beard? Stuff. Oh, she's a dwarf, I suppose. But let's stay without a beard for now. Background, hair choice, makeup. Actually, yeah, is there a way to make her lips slightly less red? Ooh, lip colour intensity over there. Better. Slightly less shine. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay, that'll do. I won't spend too much time making my character. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's stay with Malika. She is angry, but look at that. Someone in the distance. Well, it looks like a large triangle up on their head. Top of a pillar. Yeah, spiders. It's becoming quite a popular trope in video games these days, spiders. Starting to believe that this giant spiders is becoming the new giant rats. So that's always were the kind of default first enemy you fought in RPGs. Cell bars. green hand lighting.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Lucky me. And yeah, this one quite good. You can use the number keys to choose your options. Just from a criminal organisation, it's got a shady background, quite a tough character. I'm going to make her, I think, remain silent probably the choice you'd go with. Don't know who these people are, but she's chained up. Yeah, it's being silent.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra.
Also, as coming the trend with BioWare games, these choices give you a kind of picture that shows you what the kind of flavour of the kind of tone of what you're going to say. So this one's kind of a violent, aggressive one. That one's well, that one's where you're confused. That one's where you're going to be sad. Just stay with that. I'm not really sure what the kind of set shoulders are, but tough, determined, maybe. Go with this one.
So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
Cutscene, that's not good.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
What was the social? Especially since I'm used to when I do play dwarf, I tend to play them with quite heavy armor, which kind of bulks them out a bit. Seeing them without just reminds you how small they are compared to humans. Goodness, knows how small they're going to look next to a canary.
The breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
Yep, so like this, as with most Dragon Age and even most BioWare games, you can do simple responses, or you can investigate and kind of get further information. Normally when I'm playing it, I'll go through all of them. This one I'm going to try and stick mostly to what this character would do. I don't think she would ask that, but she might want to know more about how they're going to stop it.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
Let's go with this one. That one makes her sound a bit like she's slightly helpless. She's a tough character. She's, you know, she's from a crime family, helps run a underground cartel. You know,
So I don't really have a choice about this.
None of us
Sandra
has a
didn't
choice.
approve.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed.
Just put a hand in my face.
There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Cassandra's a very by the book
Your
person.
mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Well,
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one God.
most of these people appear to be humans. I see
Open
many
the gate.
dwarves.
We are heading into the valley.
Alright, here. Looks like there's something on the compass. Definitely not many dwarves. Dead people along this road. So that's where we're heading. Seems to be spewing out green meteorites at the moment. Oh.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything far away now. Stay behind me!
Stay behind you. Just not a defenseless woman. Two convenient daggers there. Before, when I was amazed, there was a convenient staff there instead. That's an iron attack. Basic attack. Ooh, that was some sort of special attack. Sandra's already finished the other one off.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Really? I'm not sure she'd be quite openly hostile. Maybe she would. Maybe she'd try and talk her way through it. Yeah, let's try and talk her way through it. She's not ready to be openly hostile
Through a demon-infested
just yet.
valley. You'll have to trust me,
Give me one reason to trust you.
because my life is on the line.
You're right. I cannot
Sword's
protect
almost
you,
as big as me.
and I cannot expect you to be defenseless.
Good, seeing reason, even though you disapproved of my choice.
I should remember you did not attempt to run.
Not exactly run, 'cause I'm gonna... All appearances,
Take
I'll
these
die if I
potions.
try and run.
Maker knows what we will face.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp,
Straight
or
helmet.
fighting. We are on our own for now.
This is my hotkey bar at the bottom, so I've got twin fangs and a stealth. I can use when fighting. Twin fan seems to stab with both blades at the same time. Abilities obviously consume mana or stamina, and well, not I need to wait time before you come past.
There!
Health bar.
Watch out!
Should wait
If we flank
stamina
them, we
bar,
may
but
gain the advantage.
I go stealth. I run around. How much stealth do I have? Let's go this way. A little bit different when I was a mage, because obviously when you're a mage you do kind of ranged attacks. So you don't have to keep moving towards the character, you can just stand back and keep blasting. You have to worry about being close enough to hit them, because it'll automatically zoom in and hit them with their ranged magic attacks. This seems to be going fine so far. This way, I think. Towards the rift. Oh, that's more. Oh, no, stop time. You can pause combat in this game and you can...
Up on the hill.
Probably should
It
be more
attacks
concerned
from a
with...
distance.
Ooh, I can get the shot from distance. She probably should be more concerned with hitting from behind. They normally... Rogues normally get some sort of bonus if you attack from the side or from behind. Probably should. Well, I just got all the way up and it jumps off. Where is it? Is it in the back? Do I get any kind of bonus damage? Well, it's dead, but I'm not sure. Ooh, something's over here. Loot. From the ground money. As you'll probably see later when we get to the first kind of open world section, there's an awful lot you can pick up. When I did this the first time, I tried to pick up pretty much everything, and it just gets too much. There's a ridiculous amount. You can pick up all kinds of ores and materials, so you can craft all kinds of junk that just purely exists to sell. What's we got? Right, let's go this way again. Let's see what we got. Is there anything up here? See, there is something up here. Get rid of this one first. Can I sneak around the back? Seems to know I'm here. I'm invisible, damn it. I missed it. Well, let's attack this one. It's doing too bad health-wise against these. One thing that's different in this game compared to the other previous Dragon Ages is that your health doesn't regenerate outside of combat. Oh, that's not good. Should not be in the middle of all of them. Cassandra, go aggro them all. But yeah, in previous, especially Dragon Age 2, after each battle, your health and mana and stamina would refill back to maximum. And also, like, unlike the other Dragon Age games, mages can't heal you.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon.
Which
We
is
must help them.
quite annoying. Basically, you've got to rely on the amount of health you had, any barriers, and your limited amount of healing potions. Okay, got going on over here. This, I believe, is where we meet our first party members. Just wait in, a load of people fighting. Get bonus stuff in general. I should check the ability section.
Quickly! Before more come through!
Finally, we come to a bit of diversity amongst the races of Thedas.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
Well, she looks wonderfully mistrustful of an elf that's just grabbed her hand.
this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
It's really reminding me of a
Good to
Vulcan
know.
at the moment.
Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
For those of you who played Dragon Age 2, Varric was a party member, and during various cutscenes at certain points in Dragon Age 2, you saw Cassandra, this lady just here, interrogating Varric about the whereabouts of the player character in the second one and the events in the second game. Yeah, with the country. Oh yeah, she's a dwarf. Although the chantry in the main religion in Fader, it's not very popular among the dwarves, but it does now have a foothold. Partly in thanks to the hero from the first game, if you chose to do that, of course. Nice to meet you. Let's go with a nice crossbow. Keep it action orientated.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Right. Yeah. Do you want to know
You
more
seem to
about
know
the
a great
mark?
deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate, well-versed in such matters.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
That sounds a bit petulant, although it is true. Yeah. Let's think ahead.
What will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
Does love his crossbow. As I learned from my previous playthrough, and I was a mage, Cassandra is very much not a fan of mages.
This way, down the bank. The road ahead is blocked.
We must move quickly.
At the end of the second game, or most of the second game, was about the relationship between mages and a group called the Templars, who essentially exist to monitor. What's it again? Monitor the mages and make sure they don't do anything stupid like use blood magic and consort with demons and summon all kinds of monsters.
Demons ahead!
And in the end,
Glad you brought me now, Seeker?
the kind of treatment of the mages by the Templars got quite excessive. And can't see me. Tactical camera. T. I never really used this in my previous playthrough. Let's try see if we can do a bit better. This was. Can I? I don't remember what instructions it just told me. Essentially, it gives you kind of overview of a kind of higher up overview, and you're meant to be able to scroll around somehow. Tilt the camera. And move the characters into the kind of position you want them to be in. Well, let's ignore this. Oops. I'm getting attacked by everyone. I don't know. Oops. How do I exit this view? Go back to normal. Oh, it's more normal. Alright, can I just... Yeah, let's just stick with the normal. You might notice I've got a blue bar above my health bar at the moment. This is a barrier that the Mage Solus has put on us. It temporarily absorbs some of the damage from magic, from attacks. It gives you a bit of a respite, a bit like a shield almost, but very temporary. What was I saying before? Yeah. In the end of so in Dragon Age, essentially you had to then side with the mages, who were, to be fair, being kept under quite poor conditions, where they were essentially they had to live a ridiculously sheltered life, just pretty much just staying in a room and not doing anything with their lives, or they got lobotomized if they tried to speak out against the Templars. So you had to choose whether to help the mages or not, and the events at the end of the game ended up sparking a war between the Templars and mages. There's now like an open war within this kind of world, and then we'll see what happens with the factions later. Let's get behind this one and let's turn around. My character and the character that you'll see in this playthrough, because of course your choices carry over, so we'll see that my previous character, Hawk, the main character in the second one, sided with the mages. Because the main character now is a dwarf and doesn't really have any particular reason to like the mages, might be more considering joining the Templars. An amulet that will heal you if you're about to die. Nice. We should equip some of this. Where's my inventory screen? Don't think I picked any new weapons. I got a hat. Slightly worth. Put a hat on. Malika. Gotta remember the character's name's Malika. Let's put this on just in case I accidentally get my health too low. There's a bit of iron. It's one of the many resources that you can pick up around the place. Where am I going?
So let me guess. Fellow surface dwarf may be part of the Carta.
What makes you say that?
I can tell a proper Orzammar dwarf from 20 paces. Also, you have that shifty smuggler look to you.
Yeah, so do you. Let's keep it kind of friendly
I'm
banter.
not the only one with a shifty smuggler look.
Varric did not destroy the Conclave.
That you know of. We shifty smuggler types can be tricky.
What was that?
We must hurry before the mark consumes her.
Before I glitch out. Now, as you'll probably notice in this game, and as well as with a lot of BioWare games,
Are you innocent?
the characters will chat in the background.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
So there's some bad guys up ahead. I'm going to try and go up here and take this one out. Which I totally missed. And it's come up to me. Damn it. Run away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Got a barrier out. As with most kind of fantasy tropes of rogues, I can't really take too much damage, but I can do a lot of damage. At least will do when I upgrade my stuff, and work out how to backstab people. Whereas Cassandra, with a sword and shield, she's quite good at taking hits, and when she's leveled up a bit, probably for taunting enemies and getting them all focused on her, so the rest of us can attack from the sides.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Those of you who play this game will probably notice I'm passing out quite a lot of loot and scavenging opportunities. But mainly I just don't think it will fit with the character. She's dying from this weird, strange hand lightning, there's monsters everywhere. Oh! Oh, you buggers. Right, stop this thing. There's no real reason why she should be climbing up the sides and mining ore.
Hurry! Use the mark!
And now I use my hand magic to seal this rift floating rock business. And thus stop demons from spawning in this immediate area. And I level up.
The rift is gone. Open.
Take a look. Double daggers. Bows, archery we won't be doing much of. Sabotage. I don't really know what this does. Let's go a quick look. Ability. Right, calm down. That's drop spikes on the ground. Poisoned weapons. Ever attack poison enemies for a short time. That sounds good. So this looks like a dirty fighting kind of section. Which my slightly criminal character probably would like. This is attacking in the shadows, easy to miss, evasion. That's for dodging, staying alive. Powder. Nice. Let's put a quick look at the double daggers. Parry blocks a strike made by your foe. Encounter as though in defenses fail. Flank attack. Hit them from behind. See, that's what I was talking about before. So that gives me 200% weapon damage per hit. Fires daggers, number of hits 2. I attack them from behind. These things. Then I can upgrade that before your target turns face you below. You move to stealth, impossible. So that puts me back into stealth by the signs of it. Which is quite nice. Sneak attack. There you go. Attacks from the back or flank are much more likely to be killing blows. So this is a passive one. This will be on all the time, which will give me a 10% critical hit chance, and also it puts my cunning up by 3. Unlike normal RPG games, you don't actually level your attributes up in this one. Normally you level them up separately, but this one you level up your attributes by choosing sort of these things. This would give me a cunning. And this will give me a dexterity, and these are the only ways I can like improve my dexterity or my cunning. I think for now I'm going to go with my poisoned weapon. It says making every attack poison, so it's also got a duration, so I think not a permanent thing, a temporary thing I can apply. Yeah, that's already been equipped to my hotkey. Ooh.
Gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We are clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Right, okay. Supply cache. This would be where you can restock your potions, which you have here, which is quite handy, but otherwise you can't get any more potions if you restock or if you rest at one of your camps. I'm not quite sure how long we do this. I'll probably pause here just so it's not too big when it's uploading to YouTube, and then when we continue, we shall push on and try and close this giant rift and work out why I have a mark on my hand and what this has all got to do with me, really. So thanks for watching and join me next time. Bye bye.